Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Pulse Central. I'm Mason. Today, we're looking at some of the worst dating stories on the internet. Trust me, every story gets crazier than the last. Let's jump right in.
Here's how evil men can be. So 2 years ago, I was heavily in my sprinkle era. I was going to like little restaurant bars twice a week, networking, making connections. So, and don't take that wink for anything. It's not like no prostitution or like weird stuff like that. I was literally connecting. Okay. Anyway, I ended up meeting this guy. He like bought me a drink from across the bar, came over, started talking. And anyway, we're really hitting it off. But when you're talking to a middle-aged man, you have to look at his hands always. So I was like, clocked it. He's married. And I'm like, you're married? And he's like, oh, I'm going through this really nasty divorce right now, custody battle, all the things. And I honestly felt really bad for him, low-key. Like the way he was telling the story, mind you, I was at a certain age. This was 2 years ago, so if you know how old I am, then that's how old I was. He gives me like the whole rundown on that. And we did shift the conversation because it was a lot to unpack, like a very heavy conversation. I've never really talked to someone going through a messy, horrible divorce in that way. So we probably talked that night for like 4 or 5 hours, like literally like drink, yap. Here's when things take a turn. So when I got home that night, I ended up doing a full background check on him. And tell me why, baby, there is no wife, there is no kids, there's no nothing. You're like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I went on this man's Facebook, Instagram, radio silence. Not radio silence, by the way. I'm telling you, there is no trace of a wife, of kids, background check. He's never been married. There's no children. Honestly, in my mind, I felt that he could possibly be lying. So I'm like, if he's lying, let me go on his page so I can expose him and tell his wife. There's no one to expose him to. I ended up telling this story to someone recently. They said that some men have this sick, kinky, weird fantasy. Like, men basically enjoy the fact that a woman would get with them knowing they're married. Just know that men are sick and deluded, and something's really wrong with some of them. Because what the frick do you mean?
Pay attention to what happens next, because this man's biggest lie wasn't that he was married. It was the reason he wanted her to believe he was.
Okay, I saw a girl on TikTok do her hinge horror story, and it triggered some of my PTSD, so I'm gonna be doing one of mine for y'all. So this was my freshman year. I decided to download every single dating app that there was because college men just were not it. And look, let me be your big sister and tell you this. If you're in college, about to go to college, about to grad, do not get on no dating app. It is literally a Canaan event to download a dating app and meet like literally the man of your nightmares. Because I met mine. And it just so happened he was a part of the army. So we matched and we, started doing a little small talk on Hinge. Like I was texting, but I wasn't really texting for real. Cause like the app, when you first download dating apps, it's like they just throw anybody at you. So it took a lot of like swipe to finally come across him. And once I did, like, we had small talk here and there, whatever. And then we decided to move it to iMessage and we started talking some more. And then he was like, oh, I want to take you out to eat. Cool. We go out to eat and everything's great. And then he takes me back to his apartment, whatever. We go in there, meet his dog and whatever. Dog's really cute, cool. Go to the room and we just go to sleep. Nothing happens. So this continues. Like we would go on dates. We would like go out. We would just do things, always spending time together. And I was really thinking that this was the one, y'all. He would get me flowers. He would get me gifts. We show up to my dorm and stuff, like super duper sweet. I was thinking nothing was wrong with this man. Or so I thought. One fateful day, I don't know why he decided to do this, but he asked me if I had Snapchat. And I had Snapchat, but it was when I was like in middle school, high school-ish. So I really only keep it just for like the memories. I don't use it that much. So I was like, yeah, but I don't use it. So he said, add me on there. Cool. I add him on Snapchat and he sends me a video. And the video is him engaging in sexual intercourse with some other girl. And I can clearly see it's him and I can clearly see it's another girl. And he's like, can I do this to you whenever yeah. So obviously I am confuzzled, I'm bamboozled, I am just sitting there livid looking at my phone like, why would you send me this? Even if it's not recent, why would you send me your tape with another girl? It wasn't making no type of sense, y'all. So I did not even give him the time of day. I blocked him, his number, I blocked him on Snapchat, I blocked him on Instagram, blocked him. I blocked him and kept it pushing because I was like, there's just no way you just disrespected me like that. And you know what this man decides to do? He then decides to create a text now account, spam my phone, telling me to unblock him, saying he was sorry, but whatever. Then he went on Facebook, found my Facebook, texted me on there. Went on my TikTok, found my TikTok, messaged me on there. And the kicker of it all is he found my business email and emailed me telling me to unblock him. And then like the messages literally went from I'm sorry to you're overreacting, like what's wrong with you? Like it's my fault. But yeah, him and I have not spoke since then. Actually, what like kind of triggered this memory as well is that he had actually like commented under one of my videos because I guess it popped up on his For You page and I blocked him off there as well. But yeah, don't trust any of these dating app men.
Here's how evil men
he seemed like the perfect boyfriend, sweet, respectful, and everything she'd been looking for. Then one message completely changed how she saw him.
I just got back from the date from hell. The worst date I have ever been on. So let's get into it. I think I met this guy on Raya, whatever. Long story short, we decided to meet up. We go to John Boy because we're in Chicago. that's where all my friends work. I lost my wallet there last week. I left it there. So we meet there and we have a drink. And he's like, oh, do you want a drink? And I was just like, no, I don't really feel like drinking. I just didn't. And he's like, okay. So he has one shot of Casamigos on the rocks with an orange. And then right before we leave, he has a shot of like Don Julio. Great. I don't care. Whatever. I just didn't want to drink. We get there 5 minutes away. He's hammered. And mind you, when we were like getting a drink, he was like low-key love bombing me. And I'm not stupid. He was like, oh, I would love to give you my house in Naples. Oh, my sister would love you. Oh, my mom. But I was like, oh, whatever. It's kind of gross. But anyways, we get to dinner. It's this omakase. It's called Sushi by Scratch. They take us in this small room downstairs, and then I did my research. Then they take us to this like bar seating sushi area. As soon as we sit down, we're sitting next to the cutest couple. Shout out to them. It was actually, I don't think they were a couple. It was these two guys, AJ and something else. Love them. I wish I sat next to them because I would have just talked to them all night. I'm like kind of talking to them while he's yelling for the waiter host guy, and he's like, "Is this where we're eating? I'll leave right now." Blah blah blah. And I'm so embarrassed. I'm just talking to these guys, and the guy's like, "No, just like wait." This guy's from New York, so whatever. Finally, they move us inside, like I already had told him before. So we're inside. Thank God we were at the end of the bar. He is hammered, like, and he had just gone off work. So like, what the hell? And he is like yelling the whole time. He's saying the R word. He literally keeps calling the Asian sushi chef kamikaze. I was like, you can't fucking do that, you weirdo. He kept being like, I think the gay guys are staring at me. Bitch, no, they're staring at me. They just complimented my dress. Like, you're not cute. Like, they're not staring at you. Oh my God. He keeps sitting up out of his seat to yell across the, like, these jokes that he thinks are funny. He's like, how was everyone's sushi? To the point, after a while, I just kept having to slam him back in his seat and be like, shut up. I know what you're gonna say, why would I sign up for an omakase 2-hour experience? We had talked before, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know him, but I know it's a long experience, but I've never been to an omakase, and I really wanna go. He is just so uncomfortable. He keeps yelling because people are handing him sushi to eat, and he's like, oh, I just put his in. Like, of course when I put his in. Thank God I talked to this girl next to me. Shout out to Sophie. Because we found she's from Tampa and we ended up having a mutual friend. So we ended up talking and he went to the bathroom and I was like, save me, help me. I went to the bathroom twice so that I could try to find a back door. It's the first time in my life that I was like, I will escape out of a back door right now. Like, no questions asked. So it gets to the point of the night, we're paying 2 hours later. I literally don't know how I made it. So we're going upstairs and he pays for it, whatever. And we start to walk out. The Uber was already called. I was already going home. It had been called the minute I took the bite of my last sushi, my last sushi, not even dessert yet. And he's like, can we step outside and talk for a minute? Mind you, he stumbled up the stairs and fell like into the side of the stairs. Anyways, and I'm like, sure. My Uber's already there. I don't even really care. We go outside and he's like, so like, are we hanging out? And I was like, no. I was like, you will never see me ever again. I was like, you were a lot tonight and I don't want to deal with it. And he started to talk and I literally just got in the Uber and left. It was crazy. He actually just texted me and I saw the words, I'm sorry, like, you're a great girl, blah, blah, blah. And I literally could not give one fuck because it was the worst experience I've ever had. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's from New York. Is that how New Yorkers are? I don't know. And I have a date tomorrow with this guy. And when I was in the Uber on the phone with my mom, I ended up calling him to just make sure that I still liked him. Complete opposite. Sweet man from Texas. When I called him, he was doing fantasy football with his mom. So cute. I literally told my mom on the phone and my friends, I was like, no amount of money in the entire world could make me date a man like that. I don't care how many houses you have. That just means I have to spend time with you. Not to sound harsh, but you're kind of an asshole. And I hate people that just yell and they yell gross things and they're just, he was just being such a brat too. And he kept yelling things that weren't funny. And he was like, oh, is this yellowtail? Like, no, that's like, what? That's Wagyu. Like, it was like not, it was a lot. I haven't had a date like that was so bad. Maybe ever. I think tomorrow will be better. It's just Italian with this really nice guy and high hopes, low expectations for sure. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to I feel so much better right now. I just needed to get off my chest. I've been holding it in for hours. So pray for me and my date tomorrow.
The biggest red flag wasn't when they met. It was what happened after they sat down. And every minute somehow got more embarrassing.
Since we're talking about DMV dating, I moved here from Miami about 3 years ago, right? So when I first moved, yes, I downloaded one of the apps. I did. Or maybe it was AI. I don't know. Anyways, I decided to go on a date with this one guy. And it was our first date. He's like, yeah, pull up, we'll get some drinks. So, you know what, let me go get a drink. Because what else am I going to do? I had no friends. I moved here with nobody. So, okay, let's go get a drink. So we get to the bar. Whole bar is like a horseshoe. So where me and him sat, we're like in the middle. So, you know, if something happened, everybody could look directly at us. So I'm kidding. I'm not kidding when I say it was about 5 minutes in. I look to the outside and I see that there's this woman, 2 suitcases, bigger woman, think, this color, short bob type of thing, you know, like the Cookie Monster pajama type girl, right? Please. So she has tattoos, thick woman, thick this color woman, bob, you know, very hood, you know, gripped my purse a little bit. So she starts getting closer and I'm talking to him, but then I look one more time and she's gone. And as I'm mid-sentence, I see this woman is walking up and she's walking towards the guy I'm on a date with. And I'm like, maybe she's a crackhead. I don't know. I didn't know what to think at that moment, but she walks directly up to him and she says his name. We're gonna give him a fake name for right now. We're gonna call him Ryan. She said, Ryan, you don't see me? And I'm like, I know she's not talking about this man next to me. Mind you, the bar, everybody is staring at us right now. So everybody's attention is on us. And she came in here with 2 big old suitcases, y'all. I'm not guessing it. 2 big old suitcases, loud. She had half of a grill in her mouth. And she goes, Ryan, you don't see me? And she looks over to me and I look at her and I'm not reacting because I'm just like, I know this can't be real life. So I was like, maybe he owes her money for something. Maybe he's like a street pharmacist. I don't know what it is. This is my first day. I'm just meeting the man. She proceeds to say, I don't have no beef with you, but this is my husband. And I'm like, right, whole bar gets silent. She said, this is my husband and he has herpes. And I'm just sitting there like, she starts reaching into her suitcase, one of the suitcases. She starts pulling out his underwear. I'm not making this up. This is in the middle of the bar. Starts pulling out his underwear, starts pulling out a bag of lettuce, throwing his lettuce around everywhere. I guess he was a street distributor. I don't know. And I'm still sitting there because I'm like, I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm like, this is not real life. Only things like this happen to me. And my close friends will tell you this happened in real time because I took videos of stuff and I'm not gonna post them, but this is real life. This happened in Washington, D.C. And she pulls it out and she's like, she starts twerking. She's like, yeah, I caught you. This is my husband. Whole bar is looking at me. The bartender is trying to make drinks, but he's like, and I think I get my check. And that just sums up what DC dating is like. I have not downloaded an app since. I stopped dating about a year ago. And yeah, that's just, I've heard worse, but I just wanted to share my story because it's one of the funniest stories that I've had here. And mind you, that was all on the first date. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we need a fresh new batch in, or maybe I just need a date out of state. But yeah.
She thought it was just another first date until a woman walked into the bar with 2 suitcases and called the guy her husband. Somehow, it only got crazier from there.
Story time on the worst first date I have ever been on in my entire life. A little backstory, I honestly go on dates for the plot, just because I get bored. Okay, so, Tinder guy, red flag in itself. He wants to go stargazing, which, at first thought, it might be like, oh, like, cute. Don't go stargazing with a random man on the internet. So he is the legal drinking age in my where I live. I am not. Keep that. I'm a legal adult, but not legally adult enough to legally drink alcohol. So keep that in mind. So we stop by a gas station. He picks me up. I'm already kind of just like I don't know, not really feeling it. Like, we're like 10 minutes in, we haven't even got to the destination yet, and I'm just like, damn, I'm not going out with this guy yet. Like, when you go on a date and like you realize pretty early on into the first date there won't be a second. Yeah, I was feeling that. Except I actually didn't even want there to be a first anymore. But I was just like, God, it's too late. I have to commit to the bit. So I did. He buys just a little drink for drinking. And there's no way in hell that I'm gonna be under the influence with a stranger man, stranger danger. And so I'm small, sipping, little, not drinking a lot, because obviously we get to a fucking battlefield. It's pretty late at night, and I'm just like, God damn it, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? He got like a blanket, pillows laid out on a battlefield to look at stargaze. So like, I'm thinking like, he's actually gonna want to stargaze. He lays out a blanket. I'm already like, this guy really gave off like real chill, not hippie vibes. Was kind of the first impression. Like, wow, this guy probably likes nature and like, I don't know, bugs. I don't know, he seemed chill, but then it was this it's so performative. It's literally so Who is this guy? Why? Like, I'm finding out some information on this date that it's just pushing me further and further away from the second date. Like, there already wasn't going to be a second date to begin with, but I was just like, yeah, that was just solidifying that there wasn't going to be a second date. Anyways, the actual part that made me really not want to be here, like, on this planet here, like, I really wish, like, this is the middle of I wish we stepped on a fucking landmine. I wish the ghosts of the dead people on that battlefield came back and shot us. Don't cancel me, I'm sorry, that was a joke, that was a horrible joke. Okay, so I'm over here, like, I'm trying to like, wow, look at that one, look at the star, whatever. So he kisses me, and I'm just like, cool, we're here now. And I was just like, when you're kissing somebody, and, there's like a closed mouth, like a nice kiss. And then that's what I was going for. He was not. Full open mouth, like, my lips were closed. And he kept prying my lips open with his tongue, like, shoving his tongue into my mouth. And I'm really trying to, like, seal my own lips, because what are you doing? Ew, don't do that! Like, obviously, I've definitely kissed somebody with my tongue before, okay? Like, I'm no prude. But take a fucking hint? Like, what the fuck? That goes on for a couple minutes too long. And so I awkwardly try to end the kiss by being like, wow, I think I see the Big Dipper. And he's over here trying to show me his little dipper, bro. Like, get out! Okay, anyways, he looks over. His hand is here, and I'm like, like, bro, like, what are you doing? I'm kind of like really giving him a lot of body language signals, signs that I don't want to do this. I don't want it to go any further. Like, why can't men read body language? Why do they only read body language when it's convenient for them? Anyways, he just goes, can I like give you head? Bro, no. And so I'm just like, no, that actually, I told him that was gonna wait. I was like, you know what, maybe next time. There's not gonna be a next time. Anyways, I end up telling him that my mom wants me home. I mean, she didn't. She honestly didn't really care what time I was out. But I was just like, yeah, my mom really wants me home right now. Yeah, that drive home fast as fuck. It's so funny when you don't let a man hit. That drive home real fast. And it's like, damn. Anyways, I got inside, and as soon as I heard his car drove off, I blocked him on everything. Never spoke to him again. So sorry, whatever your name was. I think it started with an O. I don't remember.
She realized almost immediately there wouldn't be a second date. But what happened before the night ended was even worse than she expected.
You need a sign to never go on an amusement park date. Let this be it. Genuinely, what the fuck was that shit? Okay, so this was like my third date with this guy. And you're probably like, Kalani, your third date and you're spending the entire fucking day with... I know, I don't know what I was thinking. The first couple of dates were like 6 hours long, so I thought I would be fine. Memorial Day weekend, all my friends were out of town, and he was like, yo, you wanna like go to this amusement park that's like 2 hours away from us? I love roller coasters, and I'm like, yeah, and it's on your dime, like, hell yeah. Didn't really process though that like I'd be spending the entire day with this man. Anyway, so he comes and picks me up, and 30 minutes into this car ride, I was like, fuck, bro. This is gonna be a long ass date, isn't it? Because the conversation was not flowing at all, and we were just kind of rehashing the same stuff we were talking about on the first 2 days. It was like I was talking to a wall. Like, this man, I realized on the third date, had no personality, and I was screwed for the rest of the like 12 hours we were gonna be together. Get there, I immediately go to like one of those maps to like see where all the rides are, and immediately this man like wraps his arms around my waist, and I was like, oh my fucking god, there's no fucking way that I'm gonna be one of those amusement park couples. I'm gonna paint you guys a very beautiful picture right now. 10 a.m. Sun is beaming. It's like 100 degrees out. Little children running around screaming everywhere. As you know, amusement parks are really fucking loud. Now this man that's literally holding on to me for dear life that I realized that I'm not even that compatible with. He was just talking about how we were gonna be there the entire day until the park closed at like 10 p.m. and I was like, oh my goodness. In line, of course, this place is packed. The line is like an hour and a half long. This man is leaning on me, and then he like turned my head and he was like, come here, baby, come here. Baby, what do you mean? I don't even know my middle name and you're already calling me that shit. Now people here think we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, So he has his like entire body wrapped around me, and then every 2 seconds is like pulling me to like make out with him. There's 12-year-olds like right in front of us that like keep glaring. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Everyone is judging us, including me. I'm judging us. And then this man got so freaking sweaty. I don't even think he wore deodorant. So now I'm like so overstimulated. We've been there for like an hour. It's so hot out. This guy reeks of body odor, and then he's trying to make out with me every 2 seconds. His sweat is all over me. Finally, we get to the front of the line, and I noticed that his heart is like beating really freaking fast. I was like, yo, like, you good? Like, why is your heart racing right now? He's like, oh, I'm actually like not really a fan of roller coasters. I'm actually like really terrified of heights. I don't like roller coasters. Then why the fuck are we here right now? Like, well, you mentioned on one of our dates that you really like roller coasters, and I wanted to do this for you. Like, I wanted to get over my fears for you. And you know, I probably would have thought that was cute, but at this point I was so disgusted by this man. He's like dripping in sweat, and he's just like PDA to the max. It's like, well, did you want to get on the roller coaster? Like, we don't have to. I am getting on. I waited in this line for an hour and a half, but you don't have to get on. No, like, I'm gonna face my fears for you. I'm gonna face my fears for you. We get on the roller coaster, and then right before the guy straps him in, he's like freaking out. Like, he's panicking. Like, he's holding my hand. His hand is so freaking sweaty. He's like, you know what? Like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, I'm gonna get off. It's off, so I'm just on there riding the roller coaster by myself. Had the time of my life on that roller coaster, by the way. Best 30 seconds of the day. He's like profusely apologizing. He's like, I'm so sorry that I left you back there. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, let's get back in line, and I'll go on this time for sure. I'm not gonna be getting back in line to wait another hour and a half to ride the same roller coaster. We go to a different roller coaster, and again, it's like an hour and a half wait. He does the same shit, and I'm just like kind of annoyed at this point because I'm dripping in his sweat. I smell like his body odor now. I'm starving at this point, so I'm like begging for food. I'm like, can we please get food? Wait in line for food, and I get my food, and then he was like, oh, I'm like really not that hungry. I'm not gonna eat anything. I was like, are you sure? Because we hadn't eaten anything at all that day, and that food line was like 45 minutes. Like, I was not gonna wait in that line again. He was like, yeah, no, like maybe I'll steal like one of your fries, but trust me, like, I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna get anything. We go to sit down, and I was like, oh, I'm like gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Come back from the bathroom. I shit you not, 3/4 of my meal was gone. What happened happened to you stealing one of my fries? I thought you weren't hungry. Yeah, it turned out I was actually hungrier than I thought. What do you mean? Like, my bad. Like, did you want to like go on another roller coaster now? Doesn't even offer to like get in line and get me more food. And at this point, the line for food is even longer. It's probably like another hour until I could get food. And I was like, you know what? Like, forget it. I'll eat like these 2 fries that you decided to leave for me, and then we'll just get in line for another roller coaster. Find another roller coaster. I'm getting lost. This man is not helpful at all. Like, he is not I'm like leading. You know what? I'm like acting like the man at this point. I have no idea where we're going. He's not even trying to help. And then I just like get frustrated. I was like, I have no idea where we're going. And he's like, here, come here, baby. He grabs my fucking face. Starts making out with me. I don't even know if I should like add this part in there, but like we were making out and then I like pulled away and then I noticed he has like literal drool like dripping from his mouth. And I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, no, like come back. And I was like, ugh, like I don't want to come back. But he grabbed my face and then he transferred his spit into my mouth. In the middle of this fucking amusement park with like 4-year-olds that are like whole ass families are around and he's like, that shit. Hold on. Probably like shouldn't have even had that in there. That shit was so fucking disgusting though. Now I'm dripping in his sweat and his drool. Not live, laugh, loving life at this point. Basically the rest of the day was pretty much the same shit until we got to nighttime and I literally like almost passed the fuck out. Like I almost blacked out because I hadn't eaten at all this day at this point. Well, no. I had like the 4 fries that he left me. That's all I'd pretty much eaten all line for a roller coaster, and that's when I pretty much like passed out. Like I literally started like swaying back and forth, and we had to leave the line after we had been waiting in that line for an hour at that point. I was like, I need food and I need food now. So we go to like the boardwalk fry stand or whatever because that was like the closest thing. I'm downing these fries. He's trying to take some and I was like, honestly, like go get your own fucking fries. I need the calories right now or I'm gonna pass out. 6 p.m. at this point, I'm begging to go. I don't want to be there anymore. And he was like, no, like we gotta get our money's worth of the tickets. Like they close at 10. Why are you trying to leave now? You have not gone on a single roller coaster at this point. And when I tell you guys, we did not really talk the entire time. Like we would be standing in line and we were silent because I really like there was nothing to talk about. We were really just not that compatible at the end of the day. So he was just like hunching over me for like the entire time we were in the line and we were just dead silent. The only thing he would really tell me is be like, baby, and then like kiss me. You know what I mean? Start throwing a little fit because I was so overstimulated, like I said, and I was like, I need to get out of here. Eventually, after like begging for like an hour and a half, we left at like 7:38ish. Driving home, it's like a 2-hour drive, and this guy starts like falling asleep behind the wheel. He's swerving on the highway, and I was like, oh my, I was like scared for my life because he would like drift off, and then like we would hit the side thing and go, and then he'd like wake back up. I look at him, I was like, I can drive us home if you need me to, and then like he like felt really emasculated when I said that. And then he like dead ass yelled at me. He was like, why would you drive? Like you're not driving my car. Like I'm fine. Like I'm not that tired. You're probably not a good driver anyway. Like just blah 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 blah. Like just on and on and on. Dropped me off, and then the next morning he was like trying to take me out again because apparently I guess he thought that date went well for some reason. And I sent him a very nice text. I didn't crash out or anything. I was just like, honestly, I just feel like we're not the most compatible. Like I just don't think like I see this really going anywhere, but like I wish you the best. And he just goes on and on about calling me like a gold digger and how I like used him for his money. Okay, so I just like blocked him after that, and yeah, we haven't spoken since. Actually, that's not true. He like hit me up on Instagram and was like begging to take me out again, and I was like, no. If you're thinking about going on an amusement park date, think again.
Since we're all sharing our
Simple wine and paint date. Instead, one strange decision after another turned the night into absolute chaos.